Let me start this segment by saying that I bought a new car. And I was so excited about my purchase of my new car because if anybody knows me, I used to drive. I had a nice little 2000, what was it, 2006 Pontiac Vibe. She was red. I named her Betsy. Betsy had like 200 and something thousand miles on her. And I had decided to take a step back, to take a step further. Um, and I say that I always drove, I don't want to call them high power vehicles because that's not the word, luxury vehicles. I always drove luxury vehicles. I had two Land Rover Discoveries. I had a Land Rover LR3. I drove an Acura. And you know, when you drive those type of vehicles, you become accustomed to a different kind of drive, a different kind of like luxury in your vehicle. Like for example, you get the seat warmers and you get little stuff, little things that set it apart from being just a basic car. Now Betsy, she was basic, but Betsy was the most important thing. She was paid for. So anywho, my daughter had some difficulties with her car. I decided to give her Betsy, and I decided that, albeit I had taken a step back and bought Betsy because, you know, my son was in college. I was trying to get my finances together, which still aren't completely together, but, you know, I'm on the right track. But I decided to just go ahead and use this as an opportunity now that my children are grown. Yes, my youngest will be 21 in a couple of weeks. But anyway, I digress. I decided to go ahead and get my dream vehicle because when I started driving Land Rovers, I wanted to get my dream vehicle, but at the time, my baby daddy, my man at the time, talked me out of it and told me that Land Rover was a better car. So long story short, I finally bought my BMW. See, I had to do the because it's like the heavenly gates opened up, and I was able to go out and buy my brand new BMW, and she's red and she's beautiful. And I was just so happy. And then, um, and then I didn't. First, let me just back it up and say I didn't even go crazy. Like I didn't buy a brand new one. I bought a used one. I did my research. I did the mileage, how many owners, Carfax, car. You know, I went through all the shit that I was like. I watched this car for no exaggeration, like 3 months. I'm surprised nobody bought it, but I was like on it. Okay, maybe it was 2 months, but I was like so ready to get this freaking car. And so, just by the grace of God, because that's what I'm going to say, I got the car. And then I had a conversation with a coworker. And one thing that you can't do, and I told him I was going to talk about him, and I know he's listened to this podcast. And Tony, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you, but I'm coming for you. But we cool. But you was dead wrong. Dead wrong. I want to call you a
This
name,
motherfucker
but
here.
I think I called you a name
Motherfucker.
right then and there. So I think what did I call you? Did I call you a motherfucker? Or did I just tell you to listen to the podcast? I don't know. But you knew this segment was coming and I'm talking about you. But folks, learn when to hush. I just bought my dream car. And granted, it might not be your dream car, but it's my dream car. I don't need you to start asking me about the mileage and telling me that you went and bought a used car and what? Hush. I listen, I don't say anything to you about what you drive and how you driving it. Nothing. If that's the car that you wanted to buy, then go ahead, get down. But don't talk about my nice little shiny um, Babe magnet, because guys be looking at my car. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know. I would have got this shit a lot sooner. Like I was gonna tint my windows, but then I'm like, oh fuck, nah, let them see me. Wink, wink. Oh, I'm sorry. I digressed again. But Tony came for me. This little high yellow motherfucker. It's like I ain't mean to bring your color into it, Tony. It's a Trump's America right now. But this he immediately started to tear apart what I was excited about. And I'm like, don't do that. And he and I actually really did have a really serious conversation about how you should not do that. I don't know if it was serious, but it was a snippet. I probably cussed and said, "Don't do that," and that's in my mind. That's a serious conversation. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. But folks just want to take something that you're excited about, and I don't know. I don't know what makes people do that. We need to learn how to hush people. If you like it, I love it. If you told me that you bought a little Yugo or a smart car, do people still have Yugos? I guess a Yugo is like a smart car. It's now, right? People buy a little smart car. Ford Focus. If you buy your Ford Focus and you're happy with that, go ahead, get down. Give your fist pound. You love it? I love it. You like it? I love it. All right, I'm done on that. I ain't really going on you, Tony, because we talked about this already. I know, but I just wanted to mention it because I knew you're listening. All right, thanks for listening. So I don't know how I get involved in these little snippet of relationships. I don't want to call it a relationship because it didn't last long. Um, but I was dealing with someone, and I don't know if I'm still dealing with them or not. I'm going to lean towards the not. Cool guy. I'm sure he's going to listen to this podcast because he's probably thinking that I'm talking, this whole podcast was going to be about him, but it's not, just a snippet. Because really, some of the men that come in and out of my life, they don't play a huge role. I'm thankful for the time that I spend with anyone, but at the end of the day, if the shit ain't working, it ain't working. So it's not working. But I just found it interesting that, after arguing about time and arguing about, I don't know, what else did we argue about? I predominantly my time. And, I, I'm extremely busy. And I'm busy in my own mind. And when I'm not busy, I'm sleep. Sleep, food, and work. That's how I roll. And then anything else is secondary. And, I want a relationship. I think in my mind I want a relationship. But sometimes I just don't know if it's going to pan out for me because I have so much going on. And it's not that I don't want to make time, but I think that, the way my schedule is set up, kind of like, it just doesn't work out. But anyway, and I'm saying that because the last couple of, I won't even call them breakups, but the last couple of dissipations of a potential relationship were because I just didn't have time. And it was funny because had a major blow up, major argument, and this one particular guy, he was going to make some shit up to me, I guess. But then he must have had a change of heart because how you realize that you're calling somebody and you're texting somebody, but they only respond to you calling or texting them. They don't reach out to you. Like, they don't call you or they don't text you. So then you sit back and you're like, are we playing that game? Like, are we in, like, fucking high school? Are we in our, I'm not even going to take it back to high school. Are we in our 20s? Are we in our 30s? Are we playing this game? Are you going to just not contact me unless I contact you? So what happens if I stop calling you? And so I did. I just stopped calling and I stopped texting because I don't feel like it. And I just feel like it's all a game. And I'm sure that there's some type of excuse, and I'm sure he's going to say that, me putting this on a podcast is nutty. But of course, nobody knows I'm talking about him because at the end of the day, nobody knows he exists except for a couple friends. And, we've already had this discussion about him because I'm sure he's already had a discussion about me with his friend or cousin or whoever. But nonetheless, I just think it's, I don't know. In this particular instance, no one's saying anything, so I guess we both know when to hush. It's kind of ironic, huh? We know when to hush. So I guess use me as an example, folks, or use him as an example. If shit ain't working, it's not necessary to go into, it's not working, we don't, we need to separate or we need to go our separate ways. Just don't say shit. He ain't say shit, I ain't say shit. I'm sure he knows he going his separate way, and I am definitely quietly and without any type of struggle or fight, I'll just go mine. I'm a hush. Because arguing and going back and forth, like, who has time for that? We ain't even got time to do the regular shit. So, let's just keep it moving. You ain't got to call me. I ain't got to call you. You ain't got to text me. I ain't got to text you. And we're on the same page. Some folks asked me to talk about Donald Trump and this election and, well, our president-elect Donald Trump. And, y'all, I'm just going to hush on that because it just, I don't fucking know what to say. It's a sad, sad day in America. My new hashtag is hashtag Trump's America. Because even at work the other day, I had someone sit down at my table and look at my name, which is India, and say, "Oh, India, what nationality are you?" And I'm like, because people ask stupid shit. What nationality am I? So I said, "I'm black." He said, "Oh, you can't be black. You have to be African American." And I'm like, who the fuck are you to tell me what I need to be? I don't subscribe to African American. That's some Jesse Jackson shit that he came up with. And it's just really, if you sit back and you think about it, it's kind of off-putting, if you will. I'm black. I'm an American. I don't need to say I'm African American. It's not even, that's an oxymoron. It doesn't even go together. I can't be an African and American. I'm an American and I'm black. That's what the fuck I am. And because Trump has polarized all this racial tension, how dare you, white boy, try to tell me who the fuck I am? And I don't have any intent or malice in my heart towards another person based on their color or their ethnicity. But damn you to think that you are privileged enough to tell me what I am. What the? Y'all need to hush. Some of y'all people, be it Trump supporters, not Trump supporters, whoever, don't let this whole facade or sham of an election get you fucked up. Now, I said I was going to hush, and I went to the left for a minute, and I'm back. I'm back. The black girl in America, that chick is back. And in the infamous words of Rodney King, can't we all just get along? Can't we just all get along? And more importantly, if we can't, can we just hush? And just in case hush is not a strong enough word for you or idiom, can we just all just shut the fuck up?
Thank you for listening to Unsolicited Advice from That Chick You Know. And if you'd like to hear more from me, That Chick You Know, please follow me on Instagram or Twitter at IndyTrot, INDYTROT, or like me on Facebook, India L. Trotter.